Credo che sia necessario per la nostra esistenza.
I believe that it is necessary for our existence to set goals, and this is the latest goal achieved by Ferretti Yachts. It's the largest boat ever built by the historic brand, and it's called 1000. A number that in current Italian language represents the maximum peak, and in fact it was designed and built as a symbol of greatness. It is not just a matter of length, which is 30 meters and 13 centimeters to be exact, but it is also about the fact that Ferretti Yachts 1000 has such a large living area that it seems truly incredible that it is classified as a recreational craft with CE marking, which is the least complex to manage. The concept and design of the exteriors were taken care of by Filippo Salvetti. Idea Italia took care of the interior design and decor, interpreting in the best possible way the brand's philosophy, which identifies with the just like home concept. Check out how the upper deck develops almost over the entire length of the boat, allowing an outdoor living from stern to bow. This wing connecting the two bridges is a very important architectural element. But let's also take a good look at the main deck from the outside. You can see that almost half the hull is habitable from side to side without external passages, which is a configuration called wide body that gives more space to the kitchen and the owner's apartment. The three-level bow offers several separate areas where you can relax, have some privacy, lie in the sun and have lunch. Notice how from here the view can sweep over the landscape because the bow is descending and the gunwale stops there on the main deck. We move to the stern where there are new and interesting innovations. The cockpit extends towards the swimming platform set with chaise lounges from which you can admire the sea without the view being obstructed by the sides of the boat. It must be very beautiful even without the furnishings, with the sinuous curves of the teak in plain view. The aft living area seems to have no boundaries thanks to the crystal railing. The symmetrical arrangement of furniture, passages and stairs is beautiful and comfortable. And the steps continue all the way underwater to help you hop back on board when the platform's lowered. The garage has space for a 435cm tender, the jet ski and 2 sea bops. On the fly, part of the furniture is freestanding, for example, sofas and armchairs. The hardtop can be built in many different versions, although I think that this is the best one available. Underneath the hardtop is the dining area and the kitchen with the bar counter. This space offers many layout options. This is an outdoor area that's at the same time very protected from the sun and wind. I particularly like the design of the furniture on the fly. Look at this piece of furniture, how it's been flared, and this chair, which is the exact same flare. What a beautiful symmetry. There are 4 seats for navigation, and next to the command post, which has an adjustable seat, there's the exit door. The internal pilot house is a very large and pleasant environment, also furnished with a dinette, which is very comfortable on long transfers. From here, the crew goes down to the kitchen and to their quarters thanks to a dedicated staircase. For the crew, there are 5 berths in 3 cabins. The Ferretti Yachts 1000 is the only yacht in the segment with an area dedicated to stowage and laundry that is separate from the crew cabins. All this was made possible by the raised pilot house. The living area covers an area of 35 square meters and a height is 2 meters. You can access from the stern and from 2 side doors. The furniture is largely movable and the dining table seats 10 people. The brightness of this environment is surprising. The TV is 75 inches. The partnership with Poltrona Frau brought to life the full custom seats for the Ferretti Yachts brand. The galley is conceived as on pleasure boats, that is, with large storage and workspaces. It can be separated from the living area, or it can have an electric opening to it. Now it's time to check the owner's cabin. It goes from side to side and has 3 large windows. You can spend your time here at any time of the day. In fact, there's a sofa at the entrance and a desk overlooking the sea. The decor is contemporary and international. The walk-in closet is huge and there are storage units along the sides. The bathroom has 2 entrances and 3 separate areas. Below deck, there are also 4 guest cabins with double beds, and 2 of them can be set up with single beds which can be joined together. Everywhere the height is of 2 meters, and each cabin obviously has its own bathroom. They made the most of each space by making cabinets wherever possible and using sliding doors that save space. The televisions are almost invisible, and the furniture also includes beauty areas. This bridge, which should be purely technical, is actually also aesthetically stunning. Each monitor is connected to the others. This way we can decide what to see and where to see it. We are in the Adriatic Sea, right in front of the city of Cattolica in Italy. There's a fairly irregular wave about 1 meter high, engines at just under 1,000 RPM, speed 10 knots, and at this time about 9 litres of fuel which are needed for each mile. This could be a very good pace for the boat when it comes to long navigations. The boat is equipped with a double stabilisation system, 2 gyros and 2 zero speed fins. You can really feel the stability effect, which is excellent. Speed 13 knots, and we're now consuming 17 litres of fuel per mile. The wheelhouse is electro-hydraulic. The actuators are hydraulic for maximum reliability, but the system that controls them is electronic, so it's possible to manage the rudder angle of each rudder independently from the other to obtain the best veer depending on the speed. Here in the wheelhouse there is complete silence, even when we cross over the waves. Now there's a series of 3 of them, each one higher than the other. Check out the splashes, yet the stability and silence are exceptional. 15 knots, and we went up to 23 litres of fuel per mile, and now let's take it up to a maximum cruising speed. For film shooting needs and also to test this boat well, I decided to keep a course with Beam C. And in these conditions, the feeling perceived from the boat, the rudder, the noise and the course holding is exemplary. We're at 1,900 RPM, speed 20 knots. Engine load 75%, and we're still within the cruising regime at 2,100 RPM. The speed is 23 knots.
Ora su questa imbarcazione abbiamo 2 motori a 16 cilindri MTU da 2.638 cavalli.
Now on this boat we have 2 2,638 horsepower MTU 16-cylinder engines, but there is also a version with 2,217 horsepower engines. Well, according to the data of the shipyard, with the less powerful engine, that is with 824 less horsepower, the cruising speed and also the maximum speed are reduced by 20%. 20% less power, 20% less speed. It's not a rule, but it's how it works on this yacht.
Considerato il carico a bordo in questo
At this time, considering the load on board, the people, things and liquids, there are approximately 110 tons of displacement. Let's try it at full throttle.
Il passaggio da 2100 giri minuto a 2450 giri è rapidissimo. Le eliche...
The transition from 2,100 RPM to 2,450 RPM is very fast. The propellers seem almost at ease and do not seem to suffer with this regime, this speed. Yet, now the load has reached 95% and we're at 27.5 knots, and I must tell you that it navigates even better.
Forse è anche merito dei sistemi di stabilizzazione, anzi.
Perhaps it is also thanks to these stabilization systems, for sure. But when veering, the heeling angle is 0 degrees.
E fa una certa impressione ed anche...
It is quite striking, and it is also very satisfying to see such a tight maneuver with such a long boat.
Se potete permettervelo.
If you can afford it, even the largest of Ferretti yachts.
FERRETTI Yachts.